In the last lesson, we looked at how we would update and delete documents in our MongoDB database. In this lesson, I want to briefly look into how you might establish relationships between your documents and embed documents into each other through the use of Mongoose. We know that we currently have a single person in our peoples collection who's called John, and he has an age of 37. What if we could get John to have a favorite fruit, which embeds a fruit document from our fruits collection? Well, the way that we would do this is we would have to establish a relationship. Now, we can't simply just call person.update1 and add in a brand new field that doesn't exist in the schema, because you can't have a new field that's not specified in the schema. But what we can do, though, is we can add a new data entry. Say, for example, if we were to create a new person who now has a favorite fruit. Inside the person schema, we're going to update this. So we're going to change it so that we have a favorite fruit. And this is going to have a data type of fruit schema. This tells Mongoose that we are embedding a fruit document inside this property called favorite fruit in our person document. We can now create a new fruit. And let's say it's a pineapple. This is going to be a new fruit which has a name of pineapple, piña, and it's got a score of 9 and a review of grapefruit. So now that we've created this new fruit called pineapple, let's go ahead and save it. And let's call pineapple.save to save it into our fruits collection. And then we're going to add this pineapple as an embedded document in a new person. And this new person is going to be called Amy, and she's 12, and she has a favorite fruit. And that favorite fruit is, of course, the pineapple document that we created up here. Now let's uncomment person.save to save Amy into our database of people. And let's save and go over to our hyperterminal and run nodeapp.js. And let's go over to our Mongo shell. So I want to show you firstly that if we go into db.people.find, you can see that we have two records. One is John, who's age 37, and he doesn't have a favorite fruit. But the other one is Amy, and she's 12, but she has a favorite fruit. And this is an embedded document. So it's a fruit with a particular ID, a name of pineapple, and a review. The ID of this fruit is something, 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 and it ends with A22. If at this point you go into your fruits database and you look at everything that's in there, you can see that the pineapple that's logged in here has exactly the same ID. We now have this pineapple object in the fruits collection that is linked to have a relationship with a person in the people collection. So now, as a challenge, I want you to create a new fruit, to save that fruit to the fruits collection, and to assign that fruit as the favorite fruit for John. Because even though MongoDB allows us to have these asymmetrical data entries, for example, this person doesn't have a favorite fruit, but this one does because we updated the schema. But let's give John a favorite fruit as well. And in the process, you'll get to create a new relationship. Pause the video and give that a go. Okay, so let's first create our new fruit. Let's say we're creating a mango, and it has a name of mango, and it has a score of whatever it is you want it to be, and it's also pretty decent fruit. So now we're going to save this mango into our fruits collection, and we're going to, instead of create a new person, we're going to update our person, namely John. So we're going to call upon the person model, which will tap into our people collection, and we're going to call the update1 method. And we're going to pass in the condition that we want to find the document that we want to update. So in this case, it's going to be a person with a name of John. And the update that we want to make is we want to change his favorite fruit to now have a value. And it's going to be a mango. Not a mongo, but a mango. And finally, we're going to add the callback to check if there was an error. And it seems like despite my best efforts, I still spelt it as Mongo. So let's change that and try again. Now it should have worked, and it has successfully updated the document. So now if we go and check out our fruits, we now have a new mango fruit in there. And if we check out our people, John now has a favorite fruit embedded into his record. So this is an overview of how you can use MongoDB with Node.js by leveraging the simplicity and the power of Mongoose. Now, in the next module, we're going to be taking this one step further, and we're going to apply what we learned about Mongoose and MongoDB to our to-do list to make it into a real working application that's able to persist the data that we save into the to-do lists. So for all of that and more, I'll see you on the next module.